All the horses line up and they are off. As the field settled down, Kuwait Honey from Young Hero. Now Young Hero from Kuwait Honey running second, Husne Pari running third, Kuwait Lady running fourth, Little Darling running fifth. Now Young Hero from Husne Pari negotiating the band, Husne Pari from Faisal Star and Kuwait Lady from the railing side. Now Kuwait Lady from Husne Pari running second, Faisal Star running third, Young Hero running fourth, Kuwait Lady from Husne Pari and Faisal Star.